Hello, welcome back again to another episode of the World Cup journey. We are on to the last group. First round of fixtures has been done. We are at Group H. Now, what can I say about this group? What can I say, man? Disappointment is what I will say. Disappointment in Real Madrid. I feel that their performance was lethargic. I think it was slow. I think it was underwhelming for the best team, not the current best team in Europe, but the biggest team in Europe. 15-time Champions League winners to draw against Al Hilal. And for most part, I think they were very lucky to draw against Al Hilal. I think they were, for the most part, Al Hilal was the better team. I think they had the better of the chances, especially in the first half. I think Al Hilal didn't have the shooting boots on throughout the game. I think Al Hilal, if they had a bit more potency in their attack, I think they would have gone away with the 3 points. Which shows how disappointing Madrid were. Obviously, they are still kind of playing Ancelotti ball. It's going to take a long time for them to adjust and start to play the style of play that Xabi Alonso demands. I like the fact that they're playing four at the back and they're not doing a free, so I think that's good. It they had a they did get the first goal. I think it was a bit of a run of against run of play. It was a counter attack. The young striker Gonzalo, with a fortunate finish. It dipped over the player, but I feel like it didn't hit. He didn't hit it cleanly, and sometimes that's what you need to score a goal. And then Al Hilal got a penalty, and Ruben Neves slotted it. So outside of that, I feel like for me, I expected more from Madrid. I expected a bit more from them as a team, more from them as 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 a club. And yeah, I just feel like I understand it in terms of the nature of getting used to the style of play that Alonso is playing, but it just felt like the same team of last season. Individuals, not enough team play. Um, Trent Alexander wasn't a big help either. I don't think he was special throughout the game, but you can see some of the bits and pieces that they want to do, but I just don't think that the level that they played at was good enough. I feel like when you're coming up against some of these South American teams, some of these Saudi teams, especially Al Hilal, who have players of similar quality, have players of quality in their team. You need to be. You can't afford to be just in gear one. You have to shift up to gear two, gear three. Look to do a bit more, and I feel like for me, I was expecting more from them. I was impressed with Al Hilal. On the other hand, uh, everything up until the final third, they were very good at getting the ball, getting themselves chances. Defensively, very solid, and they put a good account of themselves. And I think when Madrid scored, maybe you thought the game would change, that they would get more into the game, but no, Al Hilal held their own. They got a goal back, which shows a bit of resilience as well. And yeah, as I said, I think if they had a bit more lethality up top, I think they could have even got away with the win in that game. I think they were just more on it on the day, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see if they or Salzburg go through, because obviously they Pachucho aren't really the team are gonna be bottom. It just depends on what Halal does against Salzburg. I think that game is gonna determine which one of those two teams goes through, and I think Madrid is gonna have to ramp up the way they play over the next couple of games. Because if they play similar to how they played against Halal, they may come out of this tournament, and that's a very big possibility as well. Because you can't afford to have too many poor games. I think one poor game's cool, but they need to get back on the drawing board and need to maybe make a couple changes once they face Salzburg as well. Because I think if you put Salzburg into that game, I think they may even come out with the win as well. So that's what I would say about Madrid. And speaking of Salzburg, it was a decent win against Pachuco. Obviously, the game was marred with a delaying game due to adverse weather conditions. So before the stoppage of game, Salzburg were the dominant team. They got the goal to put them in the lead, and it was pretty much comfortable for them up to that point. Obviously, then the game got delayed. Once it came back, um, Pachucho scored with a free kick, a great goal to get them back into the game. But then Salzburg retaliated to make it 2-1. And I liked what I saw from Salzburg. I think they're a very underrated team in this because obviously they've come from the lesser European leagues. So it's going to be interesting to see their performances against Madrid, against Al Hilal, if they come out on top of those games. I think the Petruccio game is not the game that decides whether Salzburg will go through. It's their next two games, and the good thing is about these group stages is about getting points on the board. Getting those 3 points ahead of time affords you to try and maybe beat Halal and maybe draw Madrid or vice versa and still go through. So I think they've given them a good chance to get into the next rounds, and I think if they can even top the group if certain teams don't perform to the level, and I like that. I like that when I see things happening in the group stage that you don't expect. I think this tournament's starting to heat up. I think over time, I think the tournament will get more and more watched, more and more looked at as important. I think, especially once we get into the round of 16 games. Overall, I would say after these first round of fixtures, I've liked the tournament as a whole. There's been some mismatches, but a lot of close games as well. And for me, this was one of those type of games, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed the game thoroughly. So, and I will also say this with Pachucho, they didn't play terrible. Um, I just think they just don't they lack the quality that Salzburg has in their team. For me, I think Salzburg, especially coming from the Red Bull family, that they are the team that has the talents before they go to the Leipzigs, and then before they move on to the bigger teams. You get a lot of young players. It's a very young team, a very talented team, and it showed on the pitch. And yeah, there's not really much else to say. Just disappointment from the performance of Madrid. Loved what I saw from Al Hilal, uh, and look forward to see the games that they have against Salzburg as well, because I think that will be a determining factor in which one of those go through to the next round. And yeah, who knows? We may see Madrid get knocked out, and that is something that I did not expect. So this group is very intriguing at the moment. Be interesting to see what happens after the next round of fixtures, and how this group's stack up when it comes to the final group games. But yeah, first round of the Club World Cup journey is done. I'm gonna be back for the second round of fixtures and then the third. And it'll be interesting to see how this tournament goes on forward. So far, I'm loving the tournament, but this has been Group H. Disappointment, disappointment in Madrid. Big up El Hilal and Salzburg. Doing this group justice, showing up, and especially Salzburg with a decent win as well. But this is the Club World Cup journey, Group H, and I'm out. Peace.